Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Definitely get involved in this competition from Bybit, the Wasot prize competition. It's an amazing trading competition. I do run it every single year. There's a total prize pool of 8 million USDT. Okay, let's get involved in this. Let's build up a community. Let's build a massive squad and let's smash this competition. Okay, the links are in each and every single video description. Please get involved. Let's dive into the video right now. So diving into Bitcoin right now, nothing has changed. I think the DXY is in this clear downtrend until it's not. Okay, and the minute this reverses and turns a corner and starts to come back up the stairs and reverses this structure of a downtrend, they'll immediately bring to your attention. But at the moment, there's a lot of confidence stacking up in many charts that Bitcoin is looking at a massive move. Okay, and Bitcoin today has actually printed a really bullish signal, which I'm going to show you, okay, in the Bitcoin chart right there. But so far so good. We've got this beautiful trend line here, this head and shoulders pattern, broke down, confirmed the resistance of this neckline right now, and then boom, we're looking to consolidate and go again. And I think this next leg, if we do start to drop here for the DXY, we are going to see Bitcoin and crypto really begin to take off, and the likes of the S&P 500, the DJI and things like that, those charts that we've been looking at for a very long time as confluence of Bitcoin's move that's coming towards the end of this year right here when people least expect it, is just lining up perfectly at the moment. Okay, so my exit strategy is off this big impulsive move for Bitcoin is the fact that the DXY will bottom out down here, okay, towards the end of the year, the early part of next year, and when you get the free trend line touches on this descending trend line here, this is when I will think about exiting my position in Bitcoin at that time. Okay, so until that time I'm just buying the dips basically, and it doesn't make me a perm bull, whatever. It's just simple technical analysis. We broke this massive uptrend, we got the trend line retouched just there, we got one just there, made a lower high and dropped. Same here, and in each instance as well, like I've said to you, I think there's a 3-year cycle that's occurring here, inversely correlated to Bitcoin and crypto, is that from 2016 into 2017, the early part of 2018, we put a massive impulsive move for Bitcoin, but a very massive correction in the DXY. And equally, zoom 3 years later, 2020 to 2021, we did exactly the same. This little drop here in the DXY led to a massive move for crypto, huge massive move right there. And we're doing exactly what we've done in previous cycles. I'm looking for the free trend line touches, the structure of a downtrend. Clearly we're in it right now for the DXY. Until it gets invalidated, I'm looking for continuation in this chart to the downside, and I'm looking for continuation in many other charts to the upside. Really is that simple, especially risk appetite. Okay, so far so good. 2023 is being proven to be really fruitful so far. Okay, so I wish everyone looked most look, but so far so good right now. If we drop the Bitcoin chart in there, the inverse correlation, you can clearly see at the moment what we've got is this is began to come back up off this bottom here into this resistance, this neckline. We've got Bitcoin, which is retracing currently. Okay, so at the moment this looks corrective structure to me, okay, for Bitcoin. It doesn't make me a perm bull, bear, whatever. It's just corrective, and this looks corrective into a level of resistance, this neckline of a massive head and shoulders, breakdown, back test, confirm, consolidate, and then boom, drop again, whilst this retraces and then goes again in the other direction. If you take a look at this top, what did Bitcoin do? Broke out as this broke down. Really simple. We've been riding these inverse correlation and these waves since the start of the year. Basically here, look at February, when this bottomed here, start to come back up, Bitcoin putting on a regular ABC. Once this topped and dropped, what happened? Bitcoin absolutely pumped, didn't it? And then we came down in a correction as this was coming up to correction to its high. When this began to drop back down and make a new low, what did Bitcoin do? It put in a new high. It really is that simple. So there's some kind of compression going on here to a bigger sort of projection here for Bitcoin, because I think that if we get this resistance here and we consolidate and we begin to drop and sweep this low, this next leg here down for the DXY is going to be an absolutely monumental move for Bitcoin, a really powerful move. Now I can't guarantee which way it's going to go, obviously, but it's lining up for a big impulsive move in my opinion. Okay, then the minute this doesn't play out like this and we see something like this for the DXY where this consolidates and breaks out and does something like that and then takes out that high, then this was the bottom, okay, of a massive correction, and right now you got some kind of big move up, and this was the top of some kind of impulsive move, and right now you're beginning a large correction down. It really is that simple. But so far so good. We're looking at other charts as confluence to this big move that's coming for the DXY and Bitcoin, and we've got the trend line touch just there, the trend line touch just there, and I'm looking for this fair trend line touch for my exit strategy on Bitcoin. It really is simple. So if we start to break down here and do something like this for the remainder of the year, then Bitcoin really will begin to take off up here and attack those highs that it put in 2021. It really is that simple. Okay, so until I start to see a really key signature reversal for the DXY, I still remain bullish on Bitcoin. So what is the big indicator on Bitcoin that's flashed today that's really, really bullish for Bitcoin. I'm going to show you this right now, okay? So remember, nothing I say is financial advice, but so far so good. We've got the massive breakdown from 2016 to 2017, which led to that massive impulsive move. We've got the breakdown from 2020 into 2021, which led to that massive impulsive move. And so far, we've got this breakdown from 2022 into 2023, and we've got this big, big impulsive move, which is forming right now. So again, it's data, not emotion, okay? Let's dive into the Bitcoin chart and see what we can see, okay? Looking at Bitcoin on a weekly time frame, then the indicator that's flashed green right now is an amazing indicator. It's called the Gaussian channel. So if we take a look at the indicators just there, it's called the Gaussian channel with DW in brackets. It's a free indicator. You can get into your charts and, you know, credit where credit's due. I remember at the time when I found this indicator as well, I did bring it to your attention. It was by a guy called 5 Day Crypto. Now I'll drop a link into his channel today for you. Please head over there and say CoinsKid sent me. He's a great guy, great technical analysis, you know, really easy to understand. And this is where, you know, I always give credit where credit due. I see a lot of people using this in the charts recently, but they never give credit to where it was originally from. And, you know, for me, it was 5 Day Crypto. It was the only one showing this indicator way back in 2021. So it's a great indicator, and right now it's flash green. So we can't ignore this signal. So far, so good. We've got all this support right now that's coming up on our ass for Bitcoin. Providing we hold this support, Bitcoin's continue looking bullish. If we lose the support, i.e. we fall back into the Gaussian channel on the weekly, then we're looking at some kind of big, you know, bearish retracement, you know, big massive macro correction. But so far so good. Bitcoin's breaking out. It's got all this support that's coming up. You're looking at some kind of compression here with the potential to go again for the remainder of the year whilst the DXY is looking to break down, okay? So the minute it doesn't, then I'll bring it to your attention. But so far so good, okay? I think Bitcoin and the rest of crypto is looking at a perfect little setup right now when people least expect it. But this is something we've been looking at for a very, very long time. You know, it's not bullshit, it's not hopium, it's just a big, massive move which is loading for the crypto markets right here. You know, and the minute we sort of see things in the charts that are not predicting that anymore, then I will alert you. But so far so good. We've got to pay attention to this particular beautiful signal. The Gaussian channel, the weekly flashing green right here, is actually historically a very, very bullish statement from Bitcoin. So far so good, okay? Please check out 5 Day Crypto's channel and say the CoinsKid sent me just there. But right now, the top end of the Gaussian, the support for that is 28319. This is an area where I've actually laddered some bids in for Bitcoin, and I've equally laddered some bids in on a 20-week EMA. You know, just there when we're coming back, I had some on a 20-week EMA. They were fruitful. Just there coming back, I had some bids on a 20-week EMA Golden Cross as well. That was fruitful. And right now, I've got some bids on a 20-week EMA again at 28054. So this is what I do. Just ladder my bids in and hope they get filled. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If I don't, it is what it is, but if I do, amazing, okay? But yeah, so far so good. We're breaking out. We've got the big God candle breakout at the top end of the Gaussian, and because of that, this is something I was looking at as a retracement back to the top end of the Gaussian, and we almost look like we're almost there, don't we? Equally on the RSI as well. If you take a look, I'll drop the drawings back in. We're pretty much at this pullback level here, so we've sort of come down to this neckline, which was an opportunity, a lot of confluence that we're at this sort of level way back in 2020 as well for Bitcoin before we started to break out here. So what I'm looking for Bitcoin to do for the remainder of the year is pretty much what it did there. Okay, we've got this sort of pullback before we took off and get really overbought. Okay, and this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this pullback, this high low to where we came back to for Bitcoin way back there. I think it was around about June, wasn't it? We had that big pullback. Looking for this second pullback, which makes a high low and then starts to come back up. Okay, if we start to come back up like we did there, then for me, I'm looking for this exit strategy up here. I'm looking for bearish divergences as well, and then at that point, I will looking for the sort of bottom signature and structure and the DXY. But so far, so good. Okay. I wish everyone the utmost luck. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, and thank you for support. Take care, everyone. Back soon with another update on Bitcoin. Bye bye.